little louder.
It's Saturday morning, and it's time for Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic, Lana Duncan Hargraves. What is your favorite color?
Yeah.
Probably your aura.
Yep.
Today, all things aura.
All things aura. Good morning. How is everybody? I'm doing pretty good. What I decided to do is I'm skipping around, guys. So at some point, I'm going to have Pete come in. We're going to do a past life regression. I just want to figure out how to make it fun so that you guys will have some fun watching it. But because remember, I'm a hypnotist. So what I'm going to do is this is something that's you can see this also. All this information is also on my blog page. So if you go to the wisewomansage.com, it's connected to my
Wise Woman Sage.
And it's connected to enchantedsky.com, and you can see my blog. But there's a whole long thing about auras and their colors. Now, I get into this, and people wondered why I'm into this is because, one, I'm an art teacher. Two, I've taught 30 years. And so it got to be a joke in my classroom that I could guess their favorite color. And I couldn't, I don't know why I could, but I would walk up and they would go, I go dark maroon, like a dark deep red. And they'd go, how'd you do that? And I would say I'm not 100%, but I would get about 90%. And people would be like, how do you do that? Well, first of all, it's something called synesthesia. Now it's where you've got an extra sense, like a seventh sense. Some people can taste words. I don't know if we've mentioned it before, Kent. It's just an extra talent. And they've told me, because I've done research, my master's degree was in research on left-handedness, because I'm left-handed. Aren't you left-handed?
I hold I'm right-handed, but I hold
That's right. That's right. So you're right.
My wife and 3 of my kids are left-handed.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it ran in your family. Yeah, sometimes. And by the way, if you curl your hand, you should have been the opposite hand. And for some reason you're not. And yeah, see, I did all that research. Anyway, and so here I am, like wondering what it is. And I would say maybe about a year ago, discovered that what I have is synesthesia, and it's a special type. I can feel an aura. Like I can feel orange. People are like, well, yeah, I understand. I feel red. And I feel when you feel blue, but this is your aura. I can feel that you're blue. I can feel you're green. And I didn't know it was I kind of thought it wasn't that big a deal. I thought everybody can do it. But yeah, they said that mostly left-handed women, 70% of all left-handed women have an extra talent of some sort like that. Yeah, it was an interesting thing. I'm like, so if you're left-handed and you're a woman, because that's really rare. You didn't know that, right? Okay, well, only like not for you, which is odd because it's that unusual to be a left-handed woman, because it's 10% of the population is left-handed and 2% of that population are women. It just is. That's at least what I was told. Now it's interesting. None of my kids are left-handed. My one granddaughter is ambidextrous and she writes with her right. Everything else is left. I don't know how my youngest granddaughter is going to be, but everybody's right-handed except my nephew who's left-handed. See, it just, and by the way, it's mostly Scottish people. Did you know that? Like whole clans of Scottish people are left-handed, and I'm half Scottish. So yeah, Duncan. Yeah. So, okay. So we're going to get into this aura thing. So what I want you guys to doing, if you would like to, you can hit me up and tell me your favorite color, because I will tell you about yourself. That is what this is all about. Okay. So first of all, I have one of my pictures. Now, remember that auras can change. So my normal color is like a green, but in this picture, it's bright purple. See? It's bright purple. Now, if you have never had your aura photography done, you need to go to a metaphysical store and have it, because it's the coolest thing ever, you guys. And what I do is I have, his name is John Gruba. So Gruba. He does these and he goes around to places. Now, all this is Curlian photography. Now, if you don't know what that means, Thomas Edison invented this. That he said that he thought you could catch your aura. And if you've ever seen the pictures where they've put people's hands on things and then see the aura of energy around them, it's the same exact thing.
That's what I had.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little machine.
Yes, yes. And it's interesting because it's all done by computer, and you put your hand on something and you can catch your aura. Well, because these people are my friends over time. He's let me sit there for a while, and I can literally think about it and change my aura. So think about that. You can lift your vibration by thinking about it. Think about that. Can you lift yourself from depression? But that's another show. But I'm just asking you to think about that. Okay. So anyway, this one's very, very, very purple. At that time with this one, 21114. I believe that it says Violet's charismatic, futuristic, visionary, and imaginative. I think I was working on one of my books. So do you see how purple it got? Now, normally mine is green. Green is a healer, and you'll see me, and my favorite color is turquoise. My normal resting aura is turquoise, and I love turquoise and I love yellow. So remember, turquoise is a derivative of yellow. I have had pictures when I first became psychic, and I didn't even realize I was psychic yet. They took a picture of me. You couldn't see me. You couldn't see me in the picture. It was so bright golden yellow. Wow. And one of my friends says, "Are you psychic?" And I'm like, I guess my mom was, I don't know. I remember saying that to them, and they go, "Are you going through a transformation?" And I'm like, I guess, I just lost my mother, whatever. I was becoming psychic, and I was really, and when you see somebody that's a yellow or a gold or feel it, like I feel it, I will tell them. Like, if you call me on Enchanted Sky, make an appointment, I can feel it over the phone. And I'll say, "Ooh, you're psychic." And how do you know? I don't know how I know, but I feel it. And I'll say, "Oh, you're like going through a transformation. Like you're gold. You're really deeply gold or kind of an orangey gold." And people be like, "Really?" So yeah. But anyway, so back to this. I'm going to go over some of these colors for you guys and the chakras also. So is there any way that you can put something up that would have a picture of chakras on the screen here, or no?
I can try.
If you go to it's chakra Wicca it's something to do with Wikipedia, but all the chakras will list. If not, see, we're still figuring out some of this technology, and we're getting better.
Yeah,
chakras. Okay, images. See the images, right? See that one, the third one? That's the one I'm looking for. Right there. Yep. Okie dokie. So so the chakras, so that you understand what chakras are and everything, because some people don't know what they are. I always assume that you guys all know. So yeah. All right, there we go. Okay, yeah, so all right. They're different, they're the colors of the rainbow. Okay, so that you understand what's going on. All right. So starting at the bottom, your red is your root chakra. That's your basic needs. It's keeping grounded also. It's also, there's like creativity with there, and there's sexual energy that goes there. That's the baseline. It's around your hips. Okay. That's a root chakra. All right. That when you need to be grounded, you might end up having a problem with your root chakra. Okay. Now your sacral is, how do I describe it? Your sacral chakra is a chakra that it's basal needs. It's like but it also can be a sexual energy too, because they're really close together. Okay. My favorite one, and I see my aura is yellow. It's yellowish turquoise. So and if you look at the chakras on here going from this way up. Right. Okay. Because I know you can't always see because I'm also on B16 the net, and I'm on Facebook right now. Yep. Is that you start here and you go this way up. Now the seat of your soul is just below what this picture is. It's right there. Right. Okay. And it's yellow.
What's on the screen is chakras and colors, and one starts down there in the in the midsection area.
Okay.
Is that the way to put it?
Yes. That's this one, the one I've got right here in my hand is actually it's heart centered. Now this is an actual picture of me on one given day.
Wow.
Yeah. So see what I'm saying? You can get these done. And it's not expensive. It's like $35. It's really cool. Yeah. So go ahead and get them done. I like it. That's me personally. And that was me like on a gift. See how yellow it is and how blue it is? That's why, because I'm turquoise. I'm at its root level, I'm kind of a turquoise color. So let's going. Okay. Your red chakra is the energy of the physical plane and material reality. So see what I mean? The basal needs, like staying grounded, food, and okay. It's the center from where you manifest. It's like that center of gravity is what I always think of it. Okay. The source of power and your ego, all of it, your passions, where how you well up with passion and you can feel it down in the depths down. That's your root chakra. Now,
from your hips down.
Yeah. Can also actually be from the feet. So you can go from the feet up to the very, very, base of your tail of your spine. Because the next one is up to like a little more like a hip. Okay. Hi, Jen. So it's staying grounded. It's keeping real. Do you know what I'm saying? If you got your head up in the clouds, you probably you're overly like dreaming, like you probably need to address your root chakra because that one's basal. I mean, that's your food, it's your necessities of life. So that's why when somebody's not like they're off sort of, that they need to go take a walk outside because the ground is a huge activator of your root chakra. It's like go walk around barefoot. I'm telling you, and it's true. If you're having a problem and you're like, maybe you're having anxiety, like horrible anxiety, because that's where a lot of anxiety comes from is your root chakra, guys. Okay. So if you're really struggling with that, so what you need to do is flip your shoes off, go walk around in a creek, go wade in a creek, go walk on the dirt. The dirt is a great absorber of negative energy. That's why you feel better when you go camping, because you're sleeping on the ground. People don't realize that we've gotten as in our modern society, we're in our cars, we're in our metal, we're in our buildings, we're not going back to source. And that is what's creating a lot of the anxiety. But that's where your root chakra, that red, is where it comes from. Now, if you love red, if you just love red, and I'm going to go over this so that you understand, it's your root chakra, it's passion. You have passion for something. If you really, and I think, you know what I like? I know it's an odd. I love reddish brown, like burnt, like kind of like a burnt sienna, a little bit like a sienna. I just really like it for some reason. I really like that color. And I kind of compare that to, well, I'm going to go over that. So I compare it to kind of like a reddish color. That's one of my favorite colors. It always has been. And you'll see me pulling that color. Like even my horse is that color. It's just, yeah. So anyway, so if you're red, you have a zest for life. You want to you're a passionate, adventurous, you're a leader, you're taking no prisoners. I mean, you are going for it, and if it's a real true red. Now, if it gets more of a dark color, you might be if you really, and your aura's looking really dark, like a dark, almost a blackish red, you probably are holding on to some anger, resentment, or trauma. See how, and I can see, and you'll hear me when I see people, I can see fear in your aura. I can see you're scared about that job a little bit. You're very leery. I can see it on, yes, you are. I know you are. I can see it. I can tell it's muddy. Sometimes there's a muddiness or a gray to some people's auras. And the gray, that's a whole nother topic, because gray sometimes can mean illness too. And I will see it, or I see like a hole. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but I can just tell and I can feel it. And people and they're like, how'd you know? And I'm like, if I knew how to do this, you guys, I would share all of this with you and we'd all be billionaires, right? I don't know. I don't know. I always feel like it's a great responsibility and God could take it at any time. So I better be very grateful for what I've got. So yeah. So red, it has to do with your ego too. I've seen people when they have been a little bit narcissistic, I've seen red on it. So not that a red person doesn't, that means that they're narcissists, but they can be. Usually you're more than one color too. You'll be like this, you're more than one color a lot of times. See that day I was blue with a little yellow, but I'm surprised it wasn't turquoise because it's usually like a turquoisey. But see, there's a little red. So see, there's some red. So I must have been having a good day or something. There's some red in there. But overall, if you look on these pictures though, that one that was purple you caught me on the day I was working on one of my books. That's imagination. So I was in a different spot. So usually though, you have an ultimate color that rests with you, and that's usually your favorite color. So if you tell me your favorite color, I can tell you all about yourself. And that's kind of what on my blog page, it goes into great detail. And if you go, you'll have to scroll back a little on my blog page because this has been a big thing for me as an art teacher. So, okay.
Now, the interesting thing is, knowing that we were going to do this show, I did a little research. Actually, the Mayo Clinic uses auras with people who suffer from severe migraines. So very interesting that, one of the premier medical places in the United States depends and relies on auras with their patients.
Yes, it's what's happening is, by the way, 2020, December 20th, 2020, 12/20, 2020, 2222222 is, and by the way, if you think about it, if you're adding, let's see, 20 and 2024, 5, 6. So it's like, it ends up being like almost like an infinity number. Anyway, I'll have to explain that better. But it's starting the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
The age of Aquarius is starting, folks. Better get ready. And that is why all this stuff, yes, that's why everybody's like growing spiritually. And the science and the spirituality are starting to mesh. And that's what's supposed to happen in the age of Aquarius also. So that's where it's becoming, think about it. 20 years ago, when somebody said you're going to get a massage, think about what people's reactions were. Ooh, that's bad. That's sexual, or that now, yes. Or what a bunch of crap. I remember one of my friends saying, I had a massage therapist praying over me. Oh my God. Now it's like, oh yeah, they probably are doing Reiki on you. Now it's becoming more accepted. So, okay, so that you get that. All right, so that's red. Now you've got your magenta and you got your pink too. So, because pink, they're different. They are different. Now, if it's a pink, you are probably really close to like also a turquoise because you're a sensitive healer. Pink, think about it. People, usually a very gentle, almost feminine person really likes pink. It's a very gentle, healing, caring, bubbly, connected to nature color. So, and you will see it. And usually when what it is it's a form of red. It's just, it's almost silver, because that silver is its own thing, because you're really, really highly intuitive. You're evolving, you're a highly evolved person. Pink is I don't see it very often. Okay. I do see magenta though a lot. And that's almost purple. So if you think about it, all right, it's super creative, and it's a combination of blue and red. So on here, it's almost like that's a red, but it's almost magenta. And I see it a lot. I'll say, oh, you look magenta. And somebody will go, that's my favorite color. I'm like, yes, it is. Okay. And it makes total sense to me. Okay. So you are strong-willed, intelligent, free-spirited, like to surprise and shock people sometimes. You're like to be a little shocked. And purple's very close to that. Purple, and I'm going to tell you about this. Like, I got into this when I was a kid. I remember they had done studies when I was like 17, 18 on the psychology of color. And I was super into it. And people thought it was it was nuts, that it was stupid. And I thought it was cool, because why do you like a certain color? Oh, I don't know. You do know, but you just at a spiritual level, because that's the color you're at. That's the focus you're on, in your life. And does it change? Yellow used to be always my favorite color. Always, always, always. Now it's turquoise. I love turquoise. I still like yellow a lot. I got a yellow Jeep, but I still really am drawn to turquoise. I'm also drawn to greens, so yeah. Yeah. So, and I found that a lot of people like turquoise. It is a very, very famous favorite. Yeah. Tealy. Yeah. Tealy. Okay. Amber, turquoise, you're a healer. Pink, I just told you, Amber. Okay. So now we're going to get to the next one because we're going to go up. Okay. So you got your orange. So remember, that's your creativity, because that's your reproductive organs. It's all the hips and all of that. Okay. Sociability, because, it's the reproductive organs. Emotional life, position from, okay, the way you relate to others. I mean, that's kind of, if you've got a blockage there, you probably are having problems with friends or family members. Now, I want to show you, because this was me, okay, at one point. Okay, you can have different pictures taken, and I was heart-centered at that point. But if you notice, I've got all of these. This was taken years ago. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've gotten to a point, if you take my photo now, all of them are almost identically the same, all the way down. And it's taken a long time because I'm aware of it, that when one is closed, and that's a whole nother episode too, you guys. Anyway, so I could go on this forever. I was in my heart chakra at that point, developing too, because look at that up here. Like if you see up here where the white, that's my intuitive, that's my third eye. Yeah. So, and it's funny because my friend took a picture of me, and at one point he goes, I've never taken a picture of somebody while they're reading. Because I was reading at the same store, and you can't see, like it's like this, and then everything's off balance because I was reading. So I had to be using that part of me more. So, and he goes, that was interesting. And I'm like, yeah, I'll have to bring the picture in sometime. But because I keep them all. Purple, Jen, I'm going to get to it. Oxy, aqua colors. See, everybody's the aqua. It's a healing color. Did you know that if you want a good night's sleep, you should paint your room aqua? Did you know that?
Really?
Yes, try it. It does work.
My master bedroom is kind of that aqua.
Yep, it does. It promotes sleep and restfulness. So, and it's a healing color. It heals. Think about it. Could you sleep in a bright red room? It would irritate me. It just would. Ugh. Right. So, okay. So our next one's orange. And orange to gold, because I say gold because I see a lot of gold. It's kind of in between yellow and orange. It's kind of like that gold color. I see that a lot. Not metallic-y, but it's like gold. And it's a chakra color of creativity, interaction with others, joyful exchange, dynamic. The orange is and see, it's funny because my mother-in-law, not many people like orange. Did you ever notice that? A lot of people don't really like orange that much. I know that my mother-in-law loves orange, and she, they have a tendency to be very cheerful people. See, I'm more of a yellow gold, but I just find that that's a very interesting thing. They're usually sociable type people, dynamic. They do have a hard time sitting still. That goes into that goes both for orange and gold and yellow. I can't sit still. My mother-in-law cannot sit still, and she loves orange. See, there's stuff to this, you guys. It's a personality, almost like the zodiac. It's a personality issue too. There's a reason why you like colors. It's not just random, and usually you give off that color. Okay. So, and you know what I noticed too? When people come in and sit down, they're usually wearing their favorite colors. A lot of times you don't even realize you're doing it. You're wearing your favorite colors. See, I do like black, but if you see what I've got tons of, it's a Beatles shirt. But anyway, and it's got a lot of turquoise and stuff in it. So everything I own is yellow, turquoise. I pretty much, that's my thing. Yellow and turquoise. But I mean, I like other colors too. Like I said, I love reddish brown for some reason. I just love reddish brown. Always have. So now getting to gold. I would say, and if you're a developing psychic, you're developing your spirituality, you're going through an awakening, you'll be gold. And even if you don't even, and all of a sudden you may even say, I like yellow all of a sudden, or gold for some reason. You probably somewhere you're gold. Now, if you're noticing this, see, look at, I give off a lot of gold. And this is before, now this, my aura is differently now. So you'll see that it's kind of a turquoise there. But yeah, like now, as I've made the adjustment, it's almost all turquoise. So if I were to take a picture now, also, here's an interesting one. If you are an animal person, which I am, I'm an animal person. I love animals. I love healing it. And you touch your pet and the pet you love, and you have your aura picture taken, you'll be bright turquoise. Trust me, it does work. I have a dog that I lost. It was my dog. That was my dog. And he ended up dying of cancer. But I have a picture of me and him on aura photography, and it's bright turquoise, bright fluorescent turquoise. Now, when the dog went away, it was back to like a gold or even like a little edge of a purple. So they heal, you heal. Animals are very healing. Okay. I want to make sure, I know everybody knows, anybody who has a pet knows that these animals are sent to us by God as healers. So, okay. So your gold means that you're transforming. You're becoming a new person, and there you may end up with like a different favorite color. Okay. Ida says she doesn't have a favorite. You likes them all. Gold, red, and white. Okay. That's okay. Carrie says purple. I'm going to get to purple. Gold is right now. Gold. Mary Jane says she used to wear a lot of yellow and orange. And yes, listen, don't tell me this isn't part of your personality too. It all plays in with who you are. It really does. So you've got the chakra is your solar plexus. Now your solar plexus is the seat of your soul, and it's yellow or gold. Okay. And it radiates out. It's right here, and it goes out. Okay. And remember, you always say, go with your gut. Yeah. Your gut knows the way. That's your soul. That's your solar plexus. Now, people are like, well, I don't understand the chakra thing. They spin full of energy, right? And when one isn't working, you'll know if it's not working. Do you ever get that funny feeling in your stomach when you meet somebody and you don't trust them? That's your sacred chakra. That's your soul talking to you going, I don't know. You better listen. Ever have been choked up where you can't talk? That's your throat chakra closing. And there's a reason. And that's when it opens back up and shuts and opens. That's why there's something to this. There's no way there can't be. When you think about it, I don't know, it just all makes sense. It just, and to believe it or not, when I started this 25 years ago, people thought I was crazy. Now it's become much more accepted that people understand the chakra thing. Okay. I mean, I've even seen it in modern religion now, where people are talking about chakras, and I'm like, yeah, oh yeah. And it's just accepted. It's not quirky, wild, demonic. It's not. It's true. It just, the more you understand this, just like the zodiac, you understand it, the more you use it too, to your advantage. Because you'll hear me say, something feels weird. And what do you mean? I said, my stomach feels weird. And they'll be like, what do you mean? I said, yeah, something's telling me. See, that's my gut. That's my sacral chakra talking to me. Okay. Tamika's here. Hi, Tamika. That's one of my close friends. Anyway, my throat chakra kept me out of trouble more than once. Mary Jane says, yeah. Yes. Like hey, dummy, quit talking. Yeah. Right. I know. No, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that one. So, okay. So then you get your, the next one. So I'm still in my yellow. Regulates your life force of your body. It gives you your dreams, your goals. It allows you to take action. It's and if I've ever heard anybody who likes yellow, they're usually very athletic. They're outdoorsy. I have a thing for the sun. I collect like things that have the sun on them. I just love the sun. My card in the tarot deck is a 19 because it's the 19th of December. It's the sun with a horse and sunflowers. That's me. That's my thing. I'm just like one of my best friends loves the moon. I love the sun. She loves the moon. And so everything's a deep blue and that's her favorite color. And see, there's reasons why you pick things, guys. Okay. But I can't, I have extremely high amount of energy. Kent knows this by now. I just can't. I'm just like all the time. And people are like, well, how are you like that all the time? I'm like, probably 15 to 18 hours a day. I probably am. But it goes with, here we go again, my zodiac chart too. If you look at my zodiac chart, I'm supposed to be psychic. It says it on there. And I'm like, wow, I don't realize all this. And it says I should have really super high energy because Jupiter is in Leo for me, which is a very, very kind of a rare thing, I guess. I was told for a woman that Jupiter in Leo, and it only happens like every 7 or 8 years or something. It happened to be when I was born. So back to this. Back to all of you. So we've got the solar plexus and it's gold, transforming, active, sunny. So personal power, self-esteem. You probably have self-esteem if you love yellow. Think about it. I know people are like, well, I have bad self-esteem. Well, you probably don't like yellow. Yellow is a very, very ultimate positivity card. It's the ultimate positivity yellow. It's like the ultimate optimist.
Sure.
So yeah. And I didn't realize that from my readings, someone told me that when I do readings, I'm very, very optimistic. I always think sometimes I'm a little negative. I try not to be, but you get a little drained, whatever. But somebody said that my readings are very, very optimistic. So I'm thinking, but here we go again. That goes with my sun sign, which is Sagittarius, which is the sun. So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know about you, but I can't stand a dark house. You too?
Gotta be open.
Yep. I have to open. At night, that's different. But when that sun is up, and I love to see the sun come up. The sunset makes me sad. I love to see the beautiful colors though. And right now the sun, have you seen the sunsets?
Beautiful.
They are gorgeous. Yeah. They're gorgeous because of all the air, the crystals in the air from being cold. Yeah. But I love to see the sun come up. I'm like, oh, here it comes. Yeah, here it comes.
I leave the shades and curtains open. I've always said since I was a kid, even as a teenager, when you're supposed to sleep half the day, I'd be up at 6 a.m.
Yep. Well, you know what? Did you know? See, I'm full of dumb knowledge, by the way. I don't even know why. You know why? Because I read so much factual stuff. Anyway, that if you are a morning person, you were probably born in the morning. That your whole body, your whole life is set by the time you were born. If you were born in the middle of the night, you're probably a night person. And I thought that was a bunch of hooey. I was born at 8 a.m. I am my best at 8 a.m. You talk to me about 3 o'clock, you're just like talking to a brick wall.
Noon to 3. I'm the same way.
Yep.
I could sleep from noon to 3.
Yep. And then I'm okay again.
Right.
But yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But they, and I thought about this. Is this true? Is it true? And so I'm thinking, okay. So I'm thinking all my different kids were born.
Yeah.
You know, my oldest was born at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. And she's a morning person. My middle one is a night evening person. She was born at 3 a.m. And my other daughter was born at 3 p.m. And they're all personalities, even though they're all Capricorns, are different as night and day because they also have different rising signs and stuff. But my middle one is more of an afternoon person, and she was born at 3 in the afternoon. So I think there's really something to it. So, and they've done studies on that. I can't remember what, it was a large university that did a study on that. So back to the colors. Okay. So we've got our yellow. We talked about yellow, joyous, blah, blah. So then we get to a darker yellow. Be careful if you see somebody, remember I told you when the colors kind of darken, kind of muddy, that you may see them. They probably don't. Colors are, it's funny. When there's a darkness, they sometimes don't appear on these readings, but I can kind of feel them. So if you feel like if it's a dark, muddy yellow, they're probably a narcissist. Like I said, like a dark red or a dark yellow, they're probably like a, ego, perfectionist type person. So just thought I would, Now, this is an odd color, but I'm mentioning it. Now, when I say muddy, I mean like it's got like black or gray. I don't mean brown, because you can be brown too. You can have kind of like a goldish brown or a yellowish or a reddish brown, and brown is a actual aura color. But I don't compare it to. It's just a little different. It's just, I think, because a lot of the colors are mixing. And by the way, when you mix all the colors together, you don't get black, you get brown. And I see this on the internet. I'm like, you're stupid. Black is the lack of color. I'm an art teacher, and I've taught that. I've nagged at my kids, mix all the colors together. What do you get? Brown. Anyway, so brown is think about it, and it's true. When you think a person who would wear brown a lot, aren't they like practical and methodical? They probably are earthy. It goes like that too. And it's true. Okay. They like time-consuming tasks. So they're probably an accountant or something of that, and they would be brown. It's just an interesting thing that we as human beings, we know this already. Think anything I'm telling you, think about it. Is it yellow a joyous color? We know that. It's just, isn't it funny that we all sense this and know this to be fact already? So it's just interesting. But yeah, isn't it? So they're usually detail oriented. So if you like a brownish color, like it's funny because I told you, I love reddish brown. I hate consuming tasks. I'm too active, but I'm very practical though too, because I'm Capricorn. So that could be, but you know what? I would say that my reddish brown is almost red. I like the penny red of a horse. Like it's kind of like that color. I love that color. That's just, I'm drawn to it. I really think that's really pretty on a horse. So that's like one of my favorite colors. So like a copper color almost. So yeah. But yeah. So our next chakra up, by the way, is green. Now that one's a huge one, and most people love green. And they have done studies on this also. More doctors love green than any other color. Green is a healing color. You're probably some type of healer. Okay. My twin flame's a vet. And his favorite color is green. And I just chuckle because I knew it would be, I just knew it would be, and green is just, you're usually very like earthy. Like I like green because I love plants. I have a green thumb. So see how it all goes together. But you're usually connected to animals too. You love green. Okay. Very spiritual. And it's the most balanced color of the spectrum. So you are probably spiritually balanced if you've got your heart chakra in the right place.
Really?
Yes. Okay. And if you love green, that's what oh, here's a good question. I'm on 3 different platforms, you guys. So I'm trying really hard to get to all your questions. So if you're a positive person who likes yellow and orange, does talking to being around negative people affect your aura? You better believe it. And that's another, I'm going to be telling you how to protect yourself. There's ways to protect yourself that I have learned. And actually I'm writing a book about it because I think I'm onto something a little, because I just have noticed that I've been playing around with this for a few years, and I'm able to shut things off and shut things out. Remember, I'm working with 750 kids a week, and well, I directly see 1,000 people a week directly when I'm in school. And actually, to be honest, I'm lonely. I am missing my students and my job right now. I have high energy.
You're an empath.
Mm-hmm.
So you feed on that energy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you have a deep need to, when you're an empath, you have a deep need to heal other people or help other people. And I don't feel like I'm doing that. And so it's really hard on us empaths. And I would say 90% of you guys are watching me are probably an empath, because you instinctively know that's why you're watching, because this is an empathic type of thing. So, okay. Oh, thank you. Negative people impact me very badly. Ying, keep watching, sweetheart, because I'm going to tell you, I have a couple of things that I've done a lot of research on this, on how to protect yourself, and I'm going to be getting into that. So, okay.
Of course, you're listening to Lana Duncan Hartgraves. She is a master psychic here, 216 The Net. Here and in a few minutes, we do every show is open up for some questions. Now, all around this great globe, a lot of weird things are happening, and I know y'all have questions. Here in the United States, the Illinois and Wisconsin have kind of gone on to kind of this lockdown to try to slow down the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. So, and I know there are a lot of concerns and questions there. Ask Lana. That's towards the end of the show. That's your open forum.
Yep.
Ask her questions. So please do.
Yep. Yes. Now I'm, by the way, I'm in southern Wisconsin, which is an hour and a half outside of Chicago. I'm in suburban Chicago right now. And my positivity rate is almost 40%. So 4 out of 10 people have COVID. This is bad. I feel I have steered clear, even though I feel I've already had it. I still steer clear. And as an empath, being isolated has been very, very difficult on me mentally. I'm struggling. I'm a very optimistic person, and I'm struggling. So I can imagine when other people have had problems. I completely get you, though. So I have a lot of people that I have a lot of phone calls at this point just to talk. And I just listen because and I do have a background in psychology. I do not have my degree in it, but it's part of my teaching degree. I had a specialty in special ed and psychology. And I also was a diagnostician. So for a few years, so I kind of get it. And sometimes you just need to talk and connect. So I completely get it. So a lot of times people are just calling me to talk. As a matter of fact, the month of December, I'm off 25%. So I got to put a coupon on my, so yeah, I got 25% off. Like sometimes I'm half off. It depends on what's going on,
Jody, welcome.
Rachel Clinique. Oh, hi, Raquel. I see Raquel. I get a reading for her last week. Hi, Mary Jane, New Mexico. Okay. She goes, wow, you got 3 Cappy girls. My kids are the 10th and the 6th, the 10th, and the 19th of January, and 2 were not planned. So tell me how that would happen. I do not know. But do you know that most of people, they did studies on this too, that a lot of times your kids are very, very closely, their birthdays are very close together. And it just happens that way. So.
Jody, welcome in. Good afternoon. She must be coming from across the sea.
Yes. Hi, guys. I feel like the last I have been in my bad luck period. What causes people to have? You know what? I never consider anything bad luck. Luck is a whole nother thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start taking calls because it's that time.
That's it.
So I'm going to finish this. I still have turquoise, blue, dark green, dark indigo, and purple. And next week or the week after, next week, we have I'm not going to be here. So it's my Thanksgiving. It's my holiday. But we'll have something playing. We'll have one of my old shows playing. So make sure you guys watch. And then I'll also, with this, how to protect these auras, how to protect this, how to fight, how to keep your aura certain colors. Because, when you're giving off yellow and gold, you're helping. When you're giving off turquoise to somebody, you're healing them. So, okay. So now I'm opening this up because I already got people already asking me questions. They see the time on here. So, okay. So let's go. All right. All right.
Got to read those out loud. People on the radio.
All right. So I'm going to read a couple of questions for you. I feel like, okay. So what's about bad luck? I don't feel anything's luck. I feel like it's a choice you've made. You've manifested it in some way, negative or positive, or you planned it. You came to this planet with a plan. It's like a life. Remember they talk about the book of life in the Bible? That's exactly what it is. You make a pact when you come here with God. And I know that people think that I'm crazy when I say it because they're like, I can't believe I planned this crap. Blah, blah, blah has happened to me and blah, blah, blah. You did. Yeah. You just, you get to the other side and everything's so wonderful because you're in the presence of God and you're in heaven that you sometimes take on too much and I can handle it. I can handle it. And then you get here and you're like, oh my God, I think that a lot of times if you think it's bad luck, you need to look at it differently. I did a reading last night for a lady, and she said, I've just had nonstop bad luck my whole life. I'm cursed. I have demons around me, all this different stuff. And when I started talking to her, she's completely healed. She got some type of healing from some person, completely healed herself of lupus. How is that bad luck? And I told her, I'm like, you're not looking half empty, half full. How are you? You had cancer, you had a brain tumor, and the brain tumor shrunk. How is that bad luck, you guys?
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to end up coming up with some bad stuff. Things are going to happen. It's how you deal with it and what becomes of it to make you a better person. I don't believe in luck. Now, if you're and you feel like it's bad luck, can you shift your vibration? Can you lift your vibration? And I know this is something I'm going to do with you guys. And then one of my next sessions, how I sit here sometimes and I know I'm crabby and I sit here and I think, okay, lift my vibration, and I feel better. I can feel it come out from your base chakra, the base, the root chakra. Feel it coming up. It's the same thing as meditation.
Sure.
So you can change it. You can change your luck. I see. I appear lucky. I'm a Sag, and I've got a Leo Jupiter. We appear lucky. And everybody, you are the luckiest person. You shit rainbows. I swear to God, I get told that. That was before. Remember how they always say like unicorns, you guys? They always say unicorns poop rainbows. I was told I shit rainbows way back about 25 years ago by one of my friends. And I don't. I make those rainbows happen. You know what I'm saying? By hard work and an attitude.
No wonder you like turquoise. If you shit rainbows, it kind of
swirls together.
Or the tie-dye. Right?
I love tie-dye. I'm the tie-dye queen. And the kids know it. That's all they wear at school. I just love the bright colors. Well, see, I love yellow and I love bright colors. And that's the art thing. Even when I paint, my colors are super, super bright.
But that's what happens to the rainbow when you flush it.
Yeah,
Turns into tie-dye.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe you do shit rainbows.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But anyway.
Any other questions? This is the time.
Okay, let's see. Let's read some. This life is limited, unlimited power and knowledge. We're here to have the human experience. Yes, Mary Jane, I absolutely agree. That's very wise. Tracy says, my birthday is 11/22 and born at 11:22 a.m. You are Scorpio with a little bit of Libra. That is the cusp of oscillation of drama and criticism. You have to, Tracy, you're probably, no offense, you're probably a little dramatic or you have a lot of drama in your life. You can't help it. It's part of being a Scorpio, having some Scorpio in there. Their drama, you aren't going to get away from it. And the criticism is self-criticism sometimes. That's like you're a perfectionist. That can be part of that, by the way. I just thought that's what, because it sounds to me like it's a negative thing, that cusp, and it's not. It's more of you have to be, you can be overly critical because you're just very much a perfectionist. So a lot of times that's a Scorpio thing. So, okay.
Tony says, I love turquoise, anything in the blue family.
Yes. And I'm going to go over blue next time you see me.
Yeah. And that's really hurt.
Yes. Is it? Yeah. The throat chakra, you must be able, are you a Gemini or an air sign? Because an air sign is also very much a communicator, and the throat chakra is communication. Okay. So that you understand. See, this all goes together, doesn't it?
Pete says his favorite color is orange. I don't know if that's because of his hair.
but yeah, that's true, Pete. But orange fits him. He fits orange. Yeah. He's like, it's intellectual too. There's an intellectuality to orange. Yeah. And then you can't sit still. And yeah. Well, see, he loves orange, but I say he's gold. I've told him that before. He's like, because that's a psychic thing. That's like a medium. And so, yeah.
So Tony says, my birthday is June 10th.
June 10th.
She's a twin as well.
I was right. See, I got it right, didn't I? I told you. You probably are an air sign, because an air sign is communicative. Now, here's what's interesting. I don't communicate well, by the way. And I like, this is different. But when I have to say something to somebody, I clam up sometimes. My throat chakra closes right up. in my signs in the zodiac, I have hardly any air signs in them because it's something I need to work on. See, it's communication. This is different. You know? Yeah. So, and by the way, Scorpio is probably somebody who loves to be in the spotlight. They could be on stage, by the way. My daughter is a Scorpio rising and she's in a professional band. So my mother was a Scorpio and she was a singer. So I don't know. Yeah. Anyway.
Peter says it's actually orange with gold hues.
Yep. Super happy because that is your aura. I already told him that. Last time he was here, I said your aura is like a gold.
That and a nice cup of Death Wish coffee. He's a happy man.
Yes. Okay. So, all right. Tamika's like, the mind is so powerful. Shifting your thinking and your attitude will shift your life. And you are absolutely right, my dear. I work hard for my good luck to happen, Ying says. And yes, you do. I don't believe there are some like, okay, I ended up with this podcast out of the weirdest thing ever. Does that look lucky? You better believe that looks lucky, but it's not. It was supposed to have happened and I manifested it. I just didn't realize I did. Do you see the difference? You're physically making your luck. So, okay. You can make your own bad luck too. If you keep saying all these great things keep happening to you or opportunities come you guys' way and you say, no, I'm not doing it. You're going to make your bad luck. Just a thought.
Jody Voxel says, hey, I'm a Scorpio. Jody, ask if you have a question to ask him.
Yeah, go ahead, Jody. Scorpio is a very interesting, out of all the signs, I find Scorpio the most interesting. I've got four Scorpios that are direct Scorpios in my life. My mother was a Scorpio. I understand. The only thing with a Scorpio is you guys do have to be careful. Oh, poor me. Do not let that happen. You have a tendency to do that. And I understand I got a lot of Scorpio like in my couple of my signs. And I can sometimes get like that too. Why me? Why me? Yeah. So that's one of the things you got to work on. That's a Scorpio thing though. So, okay. So now, all right, I paid for and ordered a study guide. I'm so proud of myself. Good. And is it Anna? I'm not sure if it's Anna Vaughn or Anna, but I paid for my pharmacy test. Good for you. Always helping people is never wrong. If you're doing some service to the planet or people, it's never the wrong thing. I have found whenever I help others, I'm successful. If I get selfish and it's all in it for myself, I fall flat on my darn face. So just a thought.
That's what I do too.
Yep. Okay. Yep. And Mary Jane goes, Anna, you go, girl. Okay.
Tony asks, do you believe in the power of influence by your words?
Ooh, good question. Well, it's intent. Yeah. I know words can hurt, and they always say sticks and stones may break my bones, but names can never hurt me is so not true. It's, you, especially as a child, you start believing what people tell you. And you're right though. Intent is everything. Sometimes, like I'm a Sag and I kind of am blunt and I have to watch that, but my intent is never mean. And so I have to make sure that it's clear. See, that's my communication problem.
Here's when I was in college, one of my teammates' mothers said, "Dirt attracts dirt," and really, what she's saying is, what you put out in the universe, that's what you're going to get. Karma.
Back. Yep, comes back to you. Yep.
I think she was trying to keep our dorm rooms clean, but
what am I? 315. You're Pisces, Lillian. Lillian, you're a psychic. You got 315. Anybody born under the Pisces sign in any way, shape, or form has got psychic ability. Did you know that? And usually mostly water signs. Like you can be Cancer too. Yeah. But because it's, why you're very emotional. It's a water sign. So yeah. Words hurt because you can't take them back once spoken. Mark, you are absolutely right. Because words hurt so much more than you would ever think. They really do.
Tony says, we spoke last week. You told me that my mom was confused and didn't know she had passed. She now knows, and I know she is happy now.
Good. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Awesome. I was just talking to Kent a couple minutes ago. They follow you around and communicate all the time. And he just lost a friend Thursday, and I looked at him and gave him the name of the guy, and I go, well, yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're going to his funeral. Well, would you please tell these people this when you go to the funeral? Are you going to go, like, it's going to be virtual, or?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Please. And I said, make sure you get a message to so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Because you go, I know this is crazy. You go to your own funeral. I've seen it. I've seen somebody appear at their own funeral. I know that they do. And they tell me that, yes, they do. So, because the funeral isn't for you, them, they're happy as can be. It's for you,
right?
For you to get rid of all that, the grief. So anyway, all right. So here, I've got some more questions. All right. I got a few here. Amy Weaver, you're a Sag Cusper. I'm 1219. You love red. So good for you. You're saying you're balanced. Red is out as a go-getter. You must be a go-getter. Okay. Mark Balden, the beginning was word. Yes. Mark Balden says, in the beginning was the word.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is absolutely right. Are Pisces going to get a break from downslide? Okay. Lillian. Okay. This is what I have been saying. And I remember I told you about a month or two ago that there'd be a food shortage. Remember?
Yeah.
And there is. It'll catch up. I think everybody, there just is. I said there's some type of breakdown in the food chain or something. And I think that there's just a shortage because everybody's buying for Thanksgiving and there's not enough turkeys and stuff. And I know that's not because, remember, all the food places, the meat processing was closed down. They can't catch up. It's going to be okay. My prediction, okay, next year is a 5. It's change. 5 is a change. 4 is karmic. 5 is a change. There is big changes for the better coming to the world, and especially the United States. Now, being me concerned about the United States, I know there's huge change coming, and I know that after the president changes, and I don't care what anybody says, he's not winning. Biden was supposed to win. I predict. Well, I know we don't do politics, but like I said, I predicted that months ago, and because it has to do with the age of Aquarius.
That's right.
This whole change, and the end of January, beginning of February, it's going to bottleneck, and you're going to see a flurry of activity. Shots are going to be coming out, and your people are going to be more confident because you're going to see the numbers of COVID go down. And I also, by the way, predicted Moderna would be the one that's most effective. And it came out last week that they said that was 95%. So it's slightly better than the Pfizer one. And I don't know where I get this from. I just repeated it. So, and I'm always wondering from day to day if I'm not going to be able to hear anymore. I'm always kind of thinking that I can have this taken away from me. So I try to get information to you guys as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a couple more questions. I'm already done.
Yeah,
so, okay. So thanks a lot. I feel like I'm not lucky because I have a good degree, but can't find the right job. Got pregnant and had miscarriage and lots of small bad things happening, but you are right. Yes. Ida, keep looking. I feel like you're not in the right field. I think you need to be looking at a different way of a career. I feel like for some reason it's not supposed to be that way, like in what you're doing or what you're trying to get into. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Christopher says, I'm a Scorpio Sag cusp trying to get through these times. Be patient. It's coming. All right. Be patient. I'm telling you, I say this with confidence because they tell me. And I was just telling Pete that I've got one of my friends, his great grandfather came through to her, and now he kind of follows me. I hear him a lot, and he's been giving me advice and telling me, and he was the one who said about presidential election. So I don't know why he just told me. So anyway,
Tony asked, could you tell her year ahead, 2021?
Tony, that's way too broad. You got to be a little bit more specific because I got so many people. But like I said, this is going to be you don't always have to be psychic on some of this. I'm going to be honest with you because think about this.
Don't give away your secret.
Think about this, you guys. No, think about it. After every pandemic, there's been a huge flux of the economy. First, Black Plague led to the Industrial Revolution. Then there's been all kinds of different pandemics. But then, like for instance, the flu, the 1819 flu in the 1900s, was the Roaring 20s.
Yeah.
Think about it. How about polio in the 40s and 50s, the 40s, whatever, around the 40s, led to what? The 50s and 60s, where the United States became a superpower. So on my prediction, not just as a psychic, but as somebody who's watching and knows history, that it's going to be really, it's going to be a flurry of activity in a positive way. We're all going to benefit. Okay.
So Tony says, hey, my work in 2021. Good year.
I feel like your family situation isn't changing, Tony, but your work is going to get better. I feel like you're going to make a change somehow. I don't know if you're going to get a promotion or there's some kind of change in work for the better though. And it's not a whole lot more money, but it makes you happier. So be looking for some type of change coming. And remember, this is a 5. There is a change. Okay. Pfizer's also making 1. Yes. Yes, Pfizer is making 1, Mark, and they've got it out, but I've been told that I was right because I said Moderna would be the better one, and I didn't. I just repeated what they say. So, vitamin D keeps all coronavirus from attacking. Yes, Mark, I agree. I've got people who are taking lots of vitamins, and I don't want to. I take camu powder. It's a small ground up berry and it has a lot of vitamin C. And whenever I'm coming down with a small cold of any sort, I take 1 teaspoon for 2 or 3 days because you don't want to hurt your kidneys because it's really high in vitamin C because that, it's gone. It does work. I swear by it. I got that from Tamika, by the way. Tamika's on here. She's a good friend of mine. Me too, Krim. Will I have a job change? Melissa, you'll have a job change, but not to the very end, more like October or September, October of next year. Okay. Ying, will you have changed your mind and have kids in this life? I don't know. That's an interesting one. I have to study that one. Sometimes I get them when I have to study. Get back to me next week and I'll study that for you because it seems I see 2 things going on. That's why. All right. Are we? Yep. Sorry, you guys. We're done. Thank you.
All right. So that's going to do
Mark,
it
and yes, you're right, Elderberry.
for this episode of Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgrave. Now, this doesn't mean Jody asked, will she have another child?
I will tell you next week.
There you go.
So, or the week after, actually. So,
there you go. All right. So, we hope that everybody enjoys the week off. And for those who celebrate Thanksgiving and things of that nature.